Oi, oi, oi!
Oi, oi, oi.
Devil Hunters, Chainsaw Man 103 has graced us with a chapter focusing solely on our protagonist, and no, we aren't talking about Asa. I wanted Denji, you wanted Denji, but what this chapter establishes is Denji riding the high of his success as Chainsaw Man and the admiration people shower him as a hero. The chapter begins with a reporter detailing the events of Denji defeating the Cockroach Devil and saving a cat. As predicted, most of the public perceptions compliments Denji on a job well done. However, this is where the world building of Chainsaw Man begins to open up, because several people being interviewed for Chainsaw Man's quote-unquote heroics aren't on his side. Some would argue he's damaging property, destroying buildings, stealing the jobs of devil hunters. Hell, some are saying Chainsaw Man doesn't even exist. It's American propaganda. So the motif or theme Fujimoto could be setting up here is, what does it mean to truly be a hero? And even if you have good intentions, there are repercussions and consequences of your actions. That's something My Hero Academia tackles really well. Hey, you can beat up the bad guys and you can save people, but when it's all said and done, who's looking out for the buildings, the aftermath of the destruction potentially caused from all this, and so much more. Moreover, I think the shift in people loving Chainsaw Man will slowly turn towards one of hate, with the War Devil given its ability to amass a small army at its disposal. Just a theory for now, but given how much people love and shower him so early on in part 2, how is Denji going to feel when people turn on him? Whether or not it was the War Devil changing the perception of Chainsaw Man, or people just realizing Chainsaw Man is more so like a vigilante more than anything. Regardless, one lady's being interviewed as she states that Chainsaw Man saved a cat because he wanted to eat it. And this is where Denji's shown being interviewed immediately after looking annoyed, saying, yeah, I don't think Chainsaw Man is known for eating cats. Moreover, he's pretty incredible. And baby girl who wanted his number, look, I'm not saying I have it, but if I did have it, it's 3-4, cut. Dude, you talk too much. So after being cut short from speaking, the reporter tells everyone, let's give it up for Chainsaw Man. And in the background, as the people cheer for Chainsaw Man, you can see Denji standing tall and proud, loving the attention. Denji loves soaking it in and being the hero of a manga that you, yes, you watching this, are simping for. Lo and behold, this is where Yoshida pops up trying to spark a conversation with Denji, and Denji's like, who? Hey, like, it's me. Remember when you had all those assassins after you? And whether Denji was intentionally coy or not, Yoshida's like, look, let's go to a cafe, my treat, you can get whatever you want. So inside the cafe, Denji goes crazy ordering food, but asks Yoshida whether or not he's stalking Denji. He responds that, well, you aren't exactly wrong here, and this is where the second half of the chapter gets juicy, folks, because Yoshida reveals that he belongs to an organization that's tasked with keeping an eye on Denji, ensuring that he lives a peaceful life. He also mentions this organization that he works for isn't evil like in some kind of manga, Fujimoto breaking the fourth wall here, but is that really the case? One can argue following the events post the International Assassins incident, or hell, even following the events of the Control Devil arc, Yoshida, amongst a few others, now learning the truth of Makima being so high up the ladder chain, being truly evil herself, he probably lost faith in Devil Hunters HQ as a whole, and as a result working for another organization wanting to protect Denji. That would be pretty cool, introducing another organization besides Devil Hunter HQ wanting to protect Denji, but their ideals and morals on how to go about it will be clashed. But I think the obvious answer for the most part is Yoshida in fact working with Devil Hunter HQ and was told by Kishibe to look after Denji, with Kishibe withholding this information to Denji because he doesn't want Denji to perhaps feel like he needs a babysitter. Now, Yoshida tells Denji that he'll be in trouble if the public finds out that Denji is Chainsaw Man. Denji asks what are the consequences of his identity being revealed to the world. Yoshida says, well, you can't have this cake, which leaves Denji feeling flustered. But hey, if Denji was known for eating food or trash in the dumpster with Pochita in part 1, or known for, you know, eating vomit in part 1, does Yoshida actually think Denji is going to need utensils for eating cake? Denji starts devouring the cake with his own hands. Yoshida reiterates that this organization doesn't want Denji turning into Chainsaw Man, because if his identity is revealed, his life will fall apart. But in Denji's defense, from meeting his character in chapter 1 and the events that transpired with Makima and the devils pursuing his heart relentlessly, do you think Denji even cares at this point who's trying to hunt him down? And Denji tells Yoshida straight up that he wants people to know that he's Chainsaw Man, because once his secret is out, the ladies will be all over him, which is pretty hilarious, because as Denji's saying this, he's literally having his cake and eating it too. And now that he ate his dessert cake, you know he wants that real cake, if you catch my drift. Yes, I mean, I can't really blame him. With Yoshida saying, that's Denji does have a point. I really don't know what to say to that. I want to protect his identity, but if he wants girls, I don't know how we're going to go about doing this. But on a practical level, let's think about this. There was a Spider-Man issue run where Peter Parker revealed his identity to the world, and Peter Parker thought, well, hey, now that the whole world knows that I'm Spider-Man, thinking that Iron Man and these other superheroes were going to protect him, the opposite happened. Peter Parker and his family immediately became a target as the villains began to hunt down Peter Parker relentlessly. This is all to say, Denji obviously doesn't understand the repercussions that if his identity gets revealed to the world, any evil organizations out there learn that Denji is Chainsaw Man, with the caveat that he also has a control devil. That kind of information is very dangerous. Hell, we saw in part 1 that when Denji's identity was revealed to be in Japan, all the international assassins came to hunt down Denji relentlessly. You don't think the same thing is going to happen with the caveat that he also has a control devil? Speaking of Nayuta and people showering Denji with so much attention, if you want to see how much people truly adore Denji, you're going to want to click on this video right here.